Hello and welcome. This is Shaman Dragon. Welcome to my desert. Pull up some sand and take a load off, while I go ahead and regale you with some stories and show you how I made objects like this little egg here. And objects like this that are made for Easter, I'm going to have them on my Patreon page. They're going to be black and white, and, well, I guess you could say just pure white. You're just going to see the lines of where you're going to fold. And you can paint them or color them any other way you want. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel. Now, these objects are only available during April. I will have other objects posted during April and as time goes on that will be included with these objects. But the objects that I'm talking about that are going to last, that are going to be around for all year round, those objects will be various things that you can turn into paper models. I already have a cube that's put up there. I'm hoping to get more stuff out, and I'm hoping to put some short stories. I really need to finish one today and post it online. And I'll even put these objects as a 3D model that you can have for the last tier on Patreon. The link in this is going to be in the description. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about what happened to me when I was a kid, and this is high school, so early 2000s. And you have to remember it was a different time back then. It's not the same like it is now. And, well, for some people, I guess, it seems like, yeah, it is the same. Not to me. But, whatever floats your boat. Okay, let's see here. So yeah, pretty much. In high school, there was a friend of mine who got me into D&D, and during this time he would actually, well, he couldn't really make up his mind on how to, what kind of a story he wanted to do. And he would go into this situation where he would tell us, okay, this is how you're going to make your character. Go ahead and make a character at this level, and we would spend one session, session 0, creating the character. And once we finally get to session 1, when we're going to play, he would tell us all of a sudden, hey, start over, make your characters, tear up your character sheets. And obviously we were not having it. We did not like that one bit. And the reason for this is because we didn't know it at the time. He would actually, he was having trouble making up stories. He just couldn't figure out what was the best thing to do. And I think that's something I'm going to go on, what you should do when you're going through something similar like that. When you're making a story, when you're trying to figure out, how am I going to make this good for the players and interesting, and it's a story I want to tell. And this can also work for anything from novels to, to any kind of story that you want to make, not just fantasy. And how do you make it? Well, you're going to need 4 things. And you know what? I'm going to stop making the egg, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Just give me a second. Whoop. You know what? Let me go into solid mode here. We're going to take the sphere and hide that. Same thing with the egg. Okay, now go ahead and pay attention to over here. The things with the eyeballs, those are the things that are, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Just going to save that, yeah. This way I don't have to worry about coming back here over and over again. And anyway, we have the world. We're going to click on that. That's the sphere. The situation, the cone, research, which is the donut. I'm just going to call it a donut. I guess ring or whatever. And character would be the cube. Now, of course, you can take this analysis in any other way. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. This is weird. Huh. Oh, I see. Okay, I was in edit mode. That's why. Oops. Oh, you know what? I'm kind of wondering. Did I mess up my cube? I'm in my, not cube, the egg. Well, anyway, the point is you have these 4 things. Now, these are just a metaphor of what I'm getting at. A visual aid. Basically, you have research, situation, character, and world. Now, these don't go in any particular order. These 3 over here. The research has to go all the time. What do I mean by this? If you think about it, if you're going to make a story, it doesn't matter what it is. If it's a medieval fantasy, or if it's something about dinosaurs, or it could be futuristic stuff, you have to think, how would these characters live? How would these people react to things in a situation, any situation, or anything that goes on in the world? If it's something historical, you have to look up what these people did in that particular time period, in that kind of place. Some people will do things like if they're going to have a story with swords, they're just going to have it to where they're going to hack and slash and impale, and yet the person that they're fighting and that they're cutting up has armor on, and you're thinking, wait a minute, how is it that the sword is going through the armor like it's made of butter? Yeah, that's the thing a lot of movie makers end up making a mistake on. They make it to where a blade can just go through anything as if it was made of butter. And I really hate that myself. It's a pet peeve. And so that's why research. Do your research. Now for the other 3. The world. Now let's say you decide, okay, I'm going to make a world. Let's say you made a medieval fantasy. The world is going to... It's going to be, let's say, a medieval fantasy. So it's a medieval fantasy world. You make up a map. You make up, okay, here's a few locations here and here. But you need to think, what is the story? I guess the story, in other words, the situation. You could say the situation is something like a dragon took over a mountain of gold. And a mountain of gold, and all of a sudden the people of that mountain fled for their lives. Yeah. Fled for their lives. Huh, that's really interesting. Yeah, it would be. And you have to ask yourself, when you make that kind of a story, what is... Yeah, I made a gold coin because I can. Now the gold coin, I don't know. I might include it at some point, if anybody's wondering. Okay, I'm gonna take the sun and I'm gonna go into layout because I can't move it. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna turn this to 5 because I think it gives the best light. And I just realized that didn't work. Huh. That's weird. Okay, there we go. That's weird. It didn't show up at the beginning. Yeah, there's gold. Gold. Although I think I might... nah, I think we're good on that part. Anyway. Point is, when it comes down to it, you want to make sure that so yeah, let's say that the dragon is trying to get the gold in the mountain. That's the situation. And the people, let's say they want to take it back, but they can't do it because he would sniff them out. and he knows what their smell is, or something like that. So they need a thief to go in there and steal the gold secretly. Someone who he doesn't recognize, or can sneak in there, or kill the dragon. And we're going to go back to layout. So yeah, you're going to need somebody who can go in there, and we're going to get out of that. And so that's what you need. You have the situation, dragon took over, you may also made a character, you also have the world created. So now you need to think of how to evolve this situation, which involves creating more characters, creating more world. You get the idea, etc., etc. And I can hear music outside of here. I don't know. You know what? We're going to keep the character for a minute, because we're going to create something. We're actually going to create just a random person, actually. And anyway, so like I said, this is how I create that's just how I create a story. I go ahead and create characters by creating that sort of thing. Go ahead and create characters through that same method. You just tell them, hey, you're gonna make a situation, the situation, characters, the world, and do your research as you're making it to make it more authentic. There you go. And so my friend couldn't really figure out how to make a story work, and that's just something that really bugged me when I was a kid, and I hope that all of you enjoyed that. And that's the end of this video. Right now I'm going to... you know what? This could be a bottle. Yeah, like, let's see here. Yeah, this could be a little bottle. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's just... down. Yeah, we could make a bottle out of this. Yeah, it could look like a little bottle. Anyway, I'm going to be making more objects as time goes on. This is going to be a character. I'm not done with it. I'll probably finish it in the next video, make it an arm, leg. I know it looks like a certain video game character, wink wink, but no, it is not going to be. I'm going to sculpt it to be smoothed out. You'll see. Anyway, this is Shaman Dragon signing off. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.